Hi guys, my name is Varun and today we are going to talk about self-discipline. And ever since we were little, we're used to our parents or our guardians saying that self-discipline is the premier step on how you can achieve success in life. Which in many ways is true, but do you think self-discipline and intelligence goes hand in hand? Because self-discipline is something that has to do more with the skill set, and intelligence is something more like blessed talent. I'll give you a simple example of Ronaldo and Messi. One is so talented, another is so skilled. But don't take me wrong, I'm not saying that talented people do not need self-discipline. But for people who are skilled, the amount of self-discipline that is put in is immensely more in quantity than someone who has abundant talent. Now, this is pretty common. But now in this video, we're going to see what is the very nature of how you can develop self-discipline. Now, when we take a look at self-discipline, the first thing that comes to our mind is devotion. You have to be devoted to what you're doing. And devotion is nothing to do with godly worship or anything such as that. Here, devotion literally means dedication. We have to be dedicated into what we are doing, and at that point with one pointed mindedness. And where does this dedication come from? Do you have any idea? Where does this dedication come from? You see, dedication is something that can be originated from two distinct entities. Some people say dedication can arise from belief, but many people say that dedication arises from knowing. Now, do you know the subtle difference between knowing and belief? You see, belief is something that you can see, belief is something that you can hear from facts and everything, but you have not experienced it. Maybe someone who has an influence over you has influenced their thoughts onto you and you believe something. It is a theory that you create in order not to cross a particular obstacle. Now, belief is not bad by any stretch of imagination, because belief itself is attained through the highest form of questioning. But the reality is, you are using your belief in order to conclude something where in reality you do not know about it fully. But knowing is completely different. You know everything about it. When you know, there is no room for confusion at all in a particular task. See, you all know that 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. It doesn't matter how much I say or how many theories I bring about, you know for a fact that that is the answer. That is the same way with knowing other things. And that is the central emphasis of Indian philosophy as a whole. Always experience things in order to believe. Because if you blindly believe, then there is no form of understanding the truth of every entity. Now, here's where dedication comes into play. When you know something in detail, you are dedicated in working towards it. And that dedication can arise only when we are one-pointed. And I'll give you a small example. Now, in the modern day, though it might be a little wary, let us say majority of the people still do respect their parents, right? Still majority of the people do respect their parents. Now, how many of you, this is a kind of a touchy question, how many of you respect your mother and your father just because they gave birth to you? Or do you respect them as human beings? Now, if you're going to respect your mother just because she gave birth to you, or if you're going to respect your father just because he nurtured you during your younger days, then that is verily not the right way of the reason behind respecting them. But if you respect them for the people that they are and not for your relationship with them, then the way you respect your mother is the same way you would respect every woman in the society. The way you respect your father is the same way you would respect every man in the society. Now, if we manage to do that, just imagine, just slightly imagine how much of a better society we would be living in. Now, that one-pointed mindedness and not be focused on just because it is my personal belonging, I'm going to treat this properly, and since that is not my personal belonging, I'm not going to treat it properly, leads to a whole lot of confusion, whole lot of theories and whatnot. But when we have a same attitude towards every little creature on this planet, then that makes us divine, as the Bhagavad Gita says. Now, the first step in order to do that is just to free your mind, and it will always lead the way. And that's a wrap for this particular episode. And as always, thank you for watching. And until the next episode, it is goodbye.